This is a thought out loud video talking about Beretta designs for pistols. I do have their rifles, but that's a completely different concept. As you know, Beretta has been making guns for 500 plus years. But the most common and the most famous was, of course, M9 after being accepted as the US military pistol back in the 1980s. I think 1988, if my memory serves me correctly, or 1985. No. It won in a competition with SIG P226. This is my first Beretta that I bought. This is a 92 Vertec. So it's not an exactly same pistol as the regular 92 FS, or it's not M9 because it has the angle from 1911 for the grip, but it still represents in many ways the looks, the design, the ergonomics of the 92 series, because it is a 92 series pistol and it works very, very well. So here's what it looks like. This was one of my first 5 guns that I bought when I started buying guns after moving to Florida. The next gun in my experience was the 92 series A1, 92 A1. I have it modified in many hidden ways, but it is still a 92 A1 even though customized. Barrel trigger, different barrel, hammer, springs, grips to make my large hands handle this thing easier. And of course all guns have been checked for ammunition and they're not loaded. They're not safe, they're just not loaded. 92A1 is, in my collection, one of my 3 most favorite guns. It fits my hand extremely well. Everything is where it needs to be. All the buttons I can push without changing the grip. And if only it was ambidextrous, that would have been even better. But it works very well. This is one of the very few guns I can actually do multiple bullets into the same or touching holes. Just fits my hands. Of course, no ammo. However, Beretta changed and started producing different guns. As an example is the Cougar 8000 and 9000 series. This is the Turkish Cougar 8000 made by Stoger, which is actually a Beretta company. So they introduced a rotating barrel. See, the barrel rotates. Well, on the 92 series, the barrel doesn't rotate, it just kind of moves on that mechanism here, which still makes it better than the completely tilting concept, because it doesn't tilt, it tilts that piece right here. Still, lovely gun. Of course it's empty. So these are still somewhat traditional, the Cougar moving away from the 92 perspective. And remember, they're still making 92. There's 92XI, which I don't own yet. Honestly, it's way too similar to my existing 92 series to buy another one. However, here comes one major change in the design of the Beretta pistols. And even though it's kind of similar to the Cougar series, the PX4 is Beretta's first polymer gun. It is still hammer based, it is not a striker, it has a hammer, it's SIDA. It still has the rotating barrel from the Cougar line, but it has completely different lines and completely different look. I personally do like this gun. It is unusual and not very popular in the US. Maybe because, just like Walther, they don't do a lot of promotions and marketing. They're not Glock. They don't spend gazillion dollars of bribes and marketing. Remember the biggest promotion for 92 was the Die Hard movie, where you know who had the Beretta 92 as a cop, fighting terrorists in the you know what tower. But still, this is very, very different in look. No open barrel, which was the basically a trademark or look mark for Beretta. This doesn't have it. So, okay. Now comes the most recent Beretta pistol as far as different types. They have new 92X1s, they have a new 90 series, they have a new 80 series that look like old guns, but those are just basic improvements. This is the Beretta's, to my knowledge, first striker that is actually usable. Well, again, they had the regular APX, this is the APX A1. It's a modular striker. And to me, it seems they had a new design team for this one, maybe partially in Italy. But for this one, the design team feels like it's somewhere else. It's completely different. Maybe everybody that developed a 92 has retired. And the current one is only able to produce basic mini improvements, such as let's add a muzzle device or add a different magazine, different sights. This is a completely new thing. And the only thing that kept from Beretta is the disassembly method in my mind, which some people actually have a problem with. I don't. This is the same method. Push a button, roll this thing down. Maybe I'm lucky. I do not know. But I actually haven't had a problem. See, this thing goes back. The assembly lever, and again, of course, unload it. But still, the design is completely different from everything else that the Beretta made. So either they have new designers or new team, but from the distance, it does not look Beretta at all. Is it for a good thing? I don't know. It doesn't hit me as the most successful pistol. Honestly, I bought this thing on such a sale that this is probably my cheapest Beretta. I bought this thing at $329 back a couple years ago with night sights. This thing is $250 after the coupon for the APX A1. I did buy magazines separately. This was a regular pistol, but it came with a red dot. That same Bushnell. Well, sorry, Boris Fastfire 3. Fairly good gun in my experience, especially for the money. I cannot think of anything except Janix or some other unknown Turkish company that actually has a pistol for this kind of money. And this is from the oldest gun company. I would actually expect a lot more out of the Beretta gun than some unknown company. With a magazine for 20-something rounds, 9mm, acceptable trigger, red dot, put a light on the rail here, and that's your home defense weapon. It has a safety bar on the trigger, just like on Glocks, so you cannot press it without it. What else do you need if you can buy it inexpensively? Still, just disregard the design. I mean, it fits my hand very well. I have large hands, and most guns are designed for people with large hands. Let's admit it. Most full-size guns are designed for people with not small hands. But still, the design is very, very different. What do you think? Which type of a Beretta do you like? Do you like them all? Do you hate them all? Do you own any of them? What do you have to say for yourself on this? That's all I had to say. So, let's look at them again so that you can actually see. 8000, 92, APX, PX4. Those are the four major groups. I don't have the 80 series because honestly I have never been interested in them. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.